I was one of those who always thought that there is no way I'm gonna find my match through online. I had tried every other thing possible. When nothing was working out and I was like really seeking for a relationship in my life, I thought, चलो सब कुछ try कर लिया, अब ये भी try कर लेते हैं.
We're in this together now. We're in this together now.
I only went on a dating app around the age of 34.
Your secrets.
I was in Delhi working. I had a good friend circle. I almost met all friends of friends. There was no one I wanted to be with. And after a point in time, you're working, you don't meet new people often. Then is when my brother convinced me, why don't you give it a shot? And he created my first account at that point in time on Hinge.
I'll keep you safe. I'll give you my everything. Even if we're falling down.
Everyone's now trying to find love some way or the other, and online has become a really good platform to do it.
A lot of people like me who could not find a match through their parents or through an arranged setup because the kind of pressure they feel, they are opting for these options because it gives you the liberty and the freedom to know the person at your convenience, without any pressure. A lot of people are on these apps and they're definitely looking for commitment.
Living without you.
Because it was online, you didn't know much about them, you were not meeting them face to face as the first time. So that was something that you needed to kind of get comfortable with. And I think that took me a very long time to get comfortable with online dating.
First of all, it's just a hit and trial, because even if you completely express yourself out there on the platform, you can still get fooled by people who are just looking to have fun.
One person who told me he was single for the first couple of dates and actually turned out to be married, which came across after almost 4 or 5 dates. It would get to me, I would get upset, I'm human, but I would get back to it after, say, maybe not if immediately, maybe after a month.
One guy I went on a date with, and he was different from what I thought he would be looking at his profile. So it was more of a disappointment.
When I'm looking for fun at any point in time in life, be it online and offline, and it doesn't matter where you meet them. Look at online as a platform where you want to meet more people. The volume is more, and you can go through many more people.
I feel if you live in a country like India, you have to take responsibility of your own safety. So if you're mature enough to understand and see whether this person is not someone who can harm you, then there's no problem. On the app, there were a lot of filters that I used. A guy could not speak to me till the time I allow him to speak to me. So that was one thing I think that made me very comfortable to use the app, because I was not bothered by guys who were just out there looking for fun, and I chose who I wanted to speak to. I always preferred if we could meet, maybe on the second or third day of, after connecting.
When you meet people, one is, I think, speak to them a couple of times, meet them at a public place as soon as you can. It helps you get to know them in person. Don't go with any expectations on your first few dates. Just go to meet someone who's new. More than anything else, definitely check them out on social media and go with your gut.
At an age where you are completely secured with yourself and you exactly know what you want, you are not scared of rejection. By the end, I was looking to find love, and when you are clear about your ultimate goal, then these things don't matter. From a profile, you can just judge as much. So like I said, it's a hit and trial thing. So if I feel that on paper this is something I can connect with, then I used to like that profile back. I have met some really good people. One of them I'm still in touch with. We did not hit off as a couple, but we became friends.
I didn't find many creepy people. I mostly found much better people whom I became really good friends with over a period of time.
Not even once I felt unsafe, going on those dates, or I felt like, okay, I need to end this quickly because this is so creepy.
Go on 10 bad dates and the 11th guy might be a nice fun date, but don't take it to your heart. So I had a very simple philosophy. I didn't think every guy I was going to meet online was the guy. I met guys very often. I didn't waste my time chatting with them. so it didn't take too much of my mental bandwidth. So after like 2 or 3 conversations, I told them at point blank, if you have time, meet. If a guy is serious and not looking for just some rubbish, he will meet you. He will make time and meet you.
I was one of them who used to feel that, through online, you can never find your partner for life, like, your companion. Definitely that inhibition is there, but I feel in the last 4-5 years, the things have changed a lot. By the end, humans long for love.
You meet more people through online dating, that it makes you surer of what you want and what you don't want. We have a right to choose and find the person we think is right. And if you're not meeting so many people in real life, which we don't, especially in a country like India, then go online. But don't get hooked on to the first few people meet, or don't try and find love in every person you meet. So it took me 1.5 years, almost 2 years of online dating before I met my husband, which means close to 50 or 60 dates before I met my husband. There has to be someone good out there.
We're in this together now. We're in this together now.
Hey guys, so you've seen the ladies giving a little pep talk about online dating, and these are the 2 boys. Ask you guys one question which I got from my Instagram follower. Were you guys on dating app for sex, or were you guys there for genuine relationships? Like, we're talking in context of ever, not just before you guys finally met the girls, the lovely girls.
Serious in a relationship. You can ask any girl. I've always mentioned it because that was the first question coming. Why on that app?
For a change, he was the only guy who asked me that question.
That was the other way around. It was not for casual sex. It was for more of a long-term thing. Because I'm not such guy, right? So.
So for me, it varied from my age, right? I was there for casual sex. Sometimes there were girls whom I wanted to date, but they were there for casual sex. So I think I won't say it's a one-way street where only boys are there for casual sex. There have been some girls also who've been there for casual sex. I think when you're on an app, you ask the person what he wants. Sometimes the person can fool you and lie also. But I think that's a test you go through otherwise also. It's not only an app. App is just a medium nowadays because you want to expand your horizon and meet more people than you would meet otherwise. Sometimes you're there to have fun, sometimes you're there to do something serious. You should be open to both and should not. Why make casual sex a taboo? It's not something. It's if I want it and if the girl wants it, then why not?
But are most of the men in these apps there for only casual sex?
So we can't generalize. There are a lot of guys who want a relationship also. And sometimes casual sex leads to relationship also. You don't know. There are people who have hooked up and then they start dating and then they got married also. So you have to be open to these scenarios and not go with this mindset, oh, they're only there for sex.
Come out in the first 3 or 4 dates when you go out with them, and to entertain them further or not is your choice. Just remember, you have the choice. You have to just be there with an open mind, not look at everything in a bad way, but you can just be honest to whoever you meet that this is what I'm looking for. And if they're not, they'll just tell you, because even they don't want to waste their time.
If they lie, they lie.
I beg to differ a little bit because there are a lot of people out there who are just faking it, right? So I feel it's very important that you know what you want. Even if the guy tells you, like so many times guys do this, they fool you by saying that, okay, if you want this, I also want it, but you have to be smart enough. So, like Didi said, you always have a choice. But what Himanshu says is completely fine, even if people are there for casual sex, if both the parties okay, why not?
Yeah.
No, that's I think that's perfectly fine, and that is fine in larger life scenario also, not just the app. But I think what the question really meant was just about scenarios where they're projecting themselves to be wanting a serious relationship, but they're just
filter out, no?
Yeah, some
There's
do as well.
all the
So there
spectrum
are all
of
kinds
people
of,
there,
yeah.
right? Yeah, as everybody's saying.
you have
But
to
now
filter
thing is, it is more about if you're little doubtful or skeptic, around it. Then, as Nidhi was saying, you have to, play us right to get to know that person. Be skeptic, but over the time that things go away if you find the right person. And I'm sure there are a lot of nice people out there waiting for you.
Definitely.
And as it comes to relationship, first you should be happy with yourself and
I think
enjoy
the
your own
same.
company.
Yeah.
So if you do, then you don't need a relationship. And then when you find someone, it's the right time. And sometimes you might not also.
So So I want to ask, when you met me, you wanted this or you were just happy with yourself?
Himanshu would have no. Swiped right to himself.
Okay,
I just
guys swipe right to everything because they filter out any conversations. Mostly.
Yeah, that's
okay. Do the girls decide which men they allow to communicate?
Depends on the app.
No, communicate, but you can like profile. as well.
And
Okay, so you can indicate your inclination to
Yeah, you
want
can't
to
start
meet.
talking to them till the girl doesn't
And
like
like
you
I
back.
said, there are options where you can put a filter where nobody can disturb you if you don't want them to. So
Yeah,
that's optional.
if the girl hasn't liked the boy, then sometimes you can't see the girl's profile.
Yeah.
Acha.
So I had that filter on.
What were your criteria on basis of which you were looking or choosing women to go and date? This is for the boys.
Yeah.
Whenever I was meeting someone, I went with open mind, right? I think over the time you actually don't have a checklist kind of thing always, but I always will believe that you have fundamental things like your basic character and basic philosophies of life, right? How you see to it. If those things match, right, respecting people, right, having humility, and these are basic traits, right?
But can you find them out through profile? No, right?
No. So
just on the basis of profile,
No,
who
you
would you
can.
select to sort of figure out कि ये सही है ये, or you just based on looks?
Of course, looks is the first thing. Then the second thing is what she does. If she has given some information about her life so far, so that helps, right? But again, it's not like CV. You take a leap of faith here and just like as per that, right?
Yeah.
Choose that person who has certain traits similar to you if you can get to know through the profile. Otherwise, you'll be dating, right? Anyways, that person.
Do you have anything to add to this?
No,
Himanshu?
so I looked at has the person been abroad or not ever. Does the person like traveling? The person have a career? And there were quite a few things which the person did or not.
On the profile, you could find that out.
Yeah.
How many dating apps did you register in? Seema. Okay. And
Coffee Meets Bagel, from which I met my husband, and the second was Hinge.
Tinder, Bumble, Coffee Meets Bagel. In between, I think few others.
few others is how many?
Truly,
Like,
madly.
oh God. Okay.
Then I don't remember the other one I was in. Hinge, I never tried Hinge. There was some other app where you only meet like expats. I don't remember. And
Okay, but do you think that it makes a difference? The crowd is different on different.
the crowd was different. And
Which one did you feel this most? Actually, this question is for the ladies. Which one did you feel the safest on? Although you guys only had exposure to 2 or 3.
I had 3 apps.
You had 3 apps.
I definitely prefer Coffee Meets Bagel as compared to Hinge. Maybe
Okay.
in just the kind of guys I like. So honestly, I know a lot of people who've met their matches through Hinge also. But for personality like mine, I preferred Coffee Meets Bagel.
Patty, how many apps were you on?
I had Tinder and Bumble.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Bumble, I think Bumble was nice. Tinder is a different kind of thing. Bumble is more, you can get to know more about the person through the profile. Otherwise,
Tinder like game.
Tinder is like a game. You just read the bio and most of the time you're just swapping on the pic.
But did you go on dates through Tinder also?
A few of them, yeah.
Yeah. Did they become what you expected them to
No,
become?
not-
Did they
not
convert
really.
into a second date or a third date?
Second, third, yeah, it went in.
Okay. It fizzled out. What about you, sister? How many dating apps were you
So
on?
by the way, most of people are, multiple. Be it a girl. I think
Yeah.
they are on multiple.
Coffee Meets Bagel, my sister told me about.
And Hinge, he actually, I don't know if you're not there, but he made me log into the Hinge. Hinge was my first app as well.
Who?
Yeah.
You.
I did.
Yeah.
I think I don't remember. I
So
never used it.
that was my
How
first
many
app.
how many apps were you on?
So I started with Hinge. I dated someone. Then I moved on. I went to Coffee Meets Bagel. And at one point I was on one app because I couldn't handle the traffic on more than one. But it was time-wise. So I think for 6-7 months I was on Hinge. 6, 7, 8 months I was on maybe Coffee Meets Bagel. And another 6 months I was on Bumble when I met him. I think when Bumble started in India, Bumble had a really good crowd. I think it was limited to iPhone maybe initially. But thank God it opened up to Android. That is, I would never met my husband. But yeah, I think Bumble initially had probably the best crowd. I've never been on Tinder though.
Thank you so much, guys. So, can you quickly give your introduction, if you don't mind, the age on which you met your respective spouses?
Hi everyone, I'm Seema Tukral, and I went on Coffee Meets Bagel when I was 32 plus, and that's when I met. We met and we started dating within a month of us meeting, and after 6 months we decided to get married.
Yay!
I was in dating apps since I was
School.
since
That's it.
4 or 5 years, I think, or 4 years, and I can't remember, to be honest. And
So you joined it when you were 30,
yeah, probably, yeah. And I met Seema when I was 33,
32.
32.
Mm.
Uh,
He's younger to me, by the way.
6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Manchu.
And you married me within 6 months. of
Yeah,
dating.
after we started dating in Feb, we met in December, then we started dating in Feb, and then we proposed in August, and then we got married the next April.
April, yeah.
Yeah, so that was quite a
Quick thing, yeah.
thing.
I am Suman Patra. I started using dating apps when I was 35, and I met Nidhi on Bumble. We got married within a year.
Exactly 1 year.
Exactly 1 year, yeah. Right?
Oh,
And,
wow. Yeah, that's a big
They met in Jan, they got married in Jan.
Jan,
Right.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And how old were you when you met me?
Yeah, I was 36.
Hi guys, I'm Nidhi Kumar. I went on a dating app when I was 34. I met Suman when I was 35 and a half in Jan 2019. I had by then been on 3 dating apps, so this is my third. We dated for 6 months. We dated for 6 months before he proposed, and we got married in the next 6. So our first date, physical date, and our first wedding function was exactly a year away.
Is it right to say that the younger you are, the more messy it can be dating online, and it's better to come online on dating apps like this only after a certain age because you're mature enough to sort of understand people better, handle your own emotions better? Would that be something you will suggest people watching this video?
So honestly, I don't know what is the right age because I feel the younger generation is becoming mature faster than we did. So there is no right formula. Somebody can be confident of their emotions at the age of 25 versus someone at 35. So I feel it's more about you knowing that, okay, you're ready to handle it and age has nothing to do with it.
I think whenever you're ready, you
Yeah.
can be 18,
Yeah.
25, 22. As long as it's legal.
12.
As long as it's legal, you can be on the app.
Saying similar things, it's just you are going way back.
Immaturity.
No, you can have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, but having fun is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's no yes or no answer for that, right? It depends, right? Now, some people have a need of a relationship and some people have a want of a relationship. There's a difference between the two. The thing is, anything any of the two category you fall in, then you are open to it, right? You can go for it. But some people even don't want to get in a relationship. So yeah, that's not dating app is not for them. So it's up to you.
Hey guys, so I hope with this video some of your questions and concerns were answered about online dating app. We were just randomly sitting and chatting and I thought I should quickly pull out this video for all you viewers who are considering taking your dating life online and logging into all these apps to find these wonderful partners for yourself. So I thought it would be a good idea to have these 4 speak about their experiences. It was a very random video, but I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it inspires you to put your dating life out there in the open because like they said, it's actually just about the medium. So online apps, dating apps essentially are just actually a medium to meet more people and scaling up your possibility to find the perfect match for yourself. So on that note, I'm going to say bye. Do subscribe, like, share and comment below on this video and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!
Bye. And let love happen.